Welcome to A Guide to Hospitality, the podcast where we explore the principles and practices behind thriving in the hospitality industry. Today, we're diving into a topic that every leader and manager in the business world inevitably faces: failure. But we're not just talking about failure as a problem. We're going to explore the art of failing smartly, learning how to handle setbacks in a way that moves your business forward. At Stonewater HMS, our philosophy is simple. Every mistake is a learning opportunity, but it takes the right approach to turn a setback into a step forward. So, let's dig into how you can manage failures productively and get better outcomes for your team and your business. Segment 1: Redefining failure. Most people see failure as a roadblock, but in business, and especially in hospitality, failure is a stepping stone. The difference comes down to perception. At Stonewater HMS, we define failure not as an endpoint, but as a feedback loop. Every time something doesn't go as planned, we get valuable information about what we could adjust, improve, or change. Think of it this way. You try a new reservation system, and it crashes during peak hours. Your instinct might be to go back to the old system, right? But let's look deeper. The failure reveals gaps in your system's ability to handle traffic, and it also sheds light on areas where staff might need more training. By focusing on what the failure teaches us, rather than the failure itself, we can make data-driven decisions to improve. Segment 2: The power of transparency. Transparency is a cornerstone of failing smartly. Whether you're dealing with internal issues or facing customer feedback, being open about challenges helps build trust. At Stonewater HMS, we've found that being upfront with both our team and our guests about setbacks makes a huge difference. Imagine a situation where a guest experiences an extended wait time due to unforeseen staffing issues. Instead of simply apologizing, being transparent about the root cause and what's being done to fix it shows accountability. This approach not only helps retain guest loyalty, but also strengthens team morale. It's essential that your staff feel comfortable bringing up issues without fear of reprimand, because ultimately, those conversations are where we find solutions. Segment 3: Failing as a path to innovation. Every business wants to innovate, but few recognize that innovation often comes from failing forward. The key is creating an environment where it's safe to experiment and even fail. Stonewater HMS, for example, encourages team members to try new ideas, whether it's a unique guest experience or an operational improvement. The catch? We debrief on each initiative, regardless of the outcome, to understand what worked and what didn't. When you take a fail smartly approach to innovation, you stop looking for quick wins and start building a foundation for long-term success. A few failed attempts at something new can provide insights that help you succeed in ways you hadn't imagined. It's about cultivating a mindset that sees setbacks as part of the journey toward breakthroughs. Segment 4: Developing resilient leaders. Failure isn't just a learning tool, it's a builder of resilience. When leaders and managers embrace failure as part of their professional growth, they become more adaptable and empathetic. At Stonewater HMS, we encourage our leaders to openly discuss their own experiences with failure and how they've grown from them. This vulnerability creates a culture where failure isn't feared, but respected. Being resilient in the face of failure doesn't mean brushing it off or pushing through without reflection. It means taking the time to understand what went wrong, why it happened, and what can be done differently next time. It's a powerful skill that leaders need in hospitality, where the unpredictable is part of daily life. By modeling resilience, leaders empower their teams to handle challenges with confidence and creativity. Segment 5: Failing smartly for future success. So, how can you start applying these principles of failing smartly in your own hospitality business? Here's a quick recap. Redefine failure as feedback and a source of information. Embrace transparency to build trust with your team and guests. Foster a culture of innovation by encouraging safe experimentation and learning from missteps. Build resilient leaders who model a positive approach to setbacks. By shifting the way we view failure, we open doors to growth, innovation, and stronger relationships with both our teams and our guests. It's not about avoiding failure at all costs. It's about using it as a strategic tool for growth. At Stonewater HMS, we're committed to embracing this approach, and we hope this episode has given you some ideas to take back to your own organization. Remember, in hospitality, every setback is a setup for something better when you approach it with the right minds.